Hello everybody, welcome back to Zero Tolerance TV. So I'm very excited, Korean gentlemen, welcoming you back with me. I am ZT. We're going to be continuing with the 2006 Shinhan Bank OSL. This is, I believe, the second stage of the group stages. It's a little bit weird. So we had, I believe the top two players from the first two groups are now in another group. That's the same thing, I think. Not exactly sure, but anyway, we are getting into the first game here on 8:15. We have, eventually we'll get there. It's gonna be a Terran versus Zerg. Anyone who's reading off the screen will know exactly who's playing. Down here in the bottom right, playing what looks to be teal. This is ClouD. And up in the top right, the yellow Zerg, we have ChoJJa. So if I remember correctly, yeah, I think ClouD and bUiLd got out of the first group? I don't know, man. Wait, what? Weren't these two in the same? I'm just confused. Maybe this is like round 2 of groups. That could be it. We're gonna find out, I guess. Maybe I should do a little bit of research on the structure, but the problem with that is if I go on the Wikipedia page for this tournament, it's gonna tell me who won, and that's not what I want, and it's gonna tell me who gets out of the groups, and, well, casting with spoilers just isn't as fun. So we're kind of just winging it here. Mainly just here to see some good games, and have a little bit of a narrative, I guess. Might be worth actually recording the who wins each game, though. Anyway, so 8:15 is a pretty interesting map. This is the one with those very narrow ramps into the mains. You're about to see one, I think. Yeah, there it is. Doesn't even really look like a ramp, and I think a Dragoon can get down that, but I think it's tough. It's not easy for them. And we did see that Archons cannot get up those ramps in the July Zerg versus Sync. No, that was Rock. Yeah, Sync is a Terran. But yeah, in that very long game between July Zerg and Rock, that Rock did end up winning. I think it was actually almost an hour long. Easily my longest cast to date. I think even through all the StarCraft 2 casting I did, there was definitely no games that went quite that long. But it was a pretty cool one. Pretty cool. Is this a 2 racks here? I think our Terran player here is 2 racksing ClouD. Forgot his name there for a second. And this looks... I'll have to see where the hatch is at. I didn't see any of these buildings go down, but it looks like it was hatch before pool? That's my guess. So, ClouD kind of does need to get a little bit of damage done with this. Generally 2 racks, you know, if you can kill like a drone or 2 and force some lost mining time, you're pretty happy. You definitely do not need to kill this hatchery to make it work. That is not necessary. Obviously, it's nice if you can just kill their hatchery, but it's very rare that you actually manage to do anything like that. Usually, the case you're sort of looking for is to get a couple drone kills and force maybe 8 lings instead of 4, something like that. Looks like this might actually be a bit of a timing, though, off one base with an academy started. The sort of standard 2 racks into macro type of play would be... I believe they take their expansion before any gas at all, so this is going to be a little more aggressive. I think probably going to be going with Stim. Maybe just like 6 Marines, 2 medics, and go pressure. It's possible. Maybe a couple fire bats. I don't know. We're going to have to see. Again, this is a bit of an older game, so maybe a little bit less standardized at this point. I have no idea what that says. I did learn how to read Hangul phonetically, but that doesn't really help you if you don't know what the words mean, and that was actually a long time ago, so I've actually forgotten most of that now. It is quite easy though. If you ever want to check that out, if you just want to learn how to read Hangul, it honestly takes you about 2 hours, and you can read it pretty effectively. Obviously, practice is a pretty important part of anything like that, remembering it and whatnot, but I went to a Korean restaurant and in pretty broken Korean managed to order a meal in by reading the phonetic Hangul to my poor server. I'm sure just thought, oh good, another another random white kid who thinks he can read Hangul. He was good about it though. So we do see his spire here. It's going to be 2 base, I assume a muta play. Be pretty weird for him to get mutas. A little bit of father-son bonding, you gotta love it. Okay, and the Marines are moving out. There is a firebat here, right now being used as just a wall off. And actually a Stargate here, so this is a 2-1-1. Interesting. I wonder if that's for a dropship? I don't know if Cloak Wraith makes a lot of sense here, but a dropship does, because look at all these sunks. Like, you just cannot attack this with Marines right now. But what if you could just be in your opponent's main instead? That would probably be better. So, yeah, our Zerg here, ChoJJa, has gone for a 2.5 hatch. Just going to put that in his main where it's a little safer, and yeah, that is a dropship there. Oh no! Is it going to get scouted already? If it gets scouted really quickly, the dropship will not be that good. I'm not sure if he hit it there. No. ChoJJa knows. He 100% knows that it is a drop play, so he's going to be very careful. Would not be surprised at all to see a Scourge or 2. Well, hopefully 2 Scourge waiting for that dropship, and really just going to shut down this play, I think. Yeah, there are 2 Scourge already made and ready. This is going to be tough for ClouD to get in. I'm not sure what his plan is going to have to be from here. Ooh, I guess his plan is to pull the air units over, and actually both the Scourge get sniped off, so this plan that looked pretty dead is now back on the menu. Some units getting dropped in the main here. Mutas are waiting and doing a decent job of fighting this off, but 3 mutas are not going to kill these Marines very quickly. A couple drones actually pulled over there. Looked like they wanted to get into the mix, but end up deciding not to. And we have now unloaded the drop in ChoJJa's main. It looks like this play is working out really well for ClouD. There's nothing here to really defend. Sunks are trying to be made, but it's just not going to be done in time. These Marines are already shooting everything. Drones getting pulled up above the minerals here, and they are getting hunted down. And as they start to pop, I think this game is basically over. It's pretty tough to lose your entire main and be put back onto 1 base against a Terran who's been tacking off 1 base. But we're going to see. ChoJJa's got some Lings and a couple mutas here to fight. It is looking pretty rough, though. Spire ends up going down. Got to see if this lair will die as well. I think it's still somewhat recoverable. The extractor goes down there. Not exactly a very important unit, but yeah, here we go. There's another dropship with more units coming in, but ChoJJa does try to take out these Marines in his main. All the Lings get cleaned up. I don't think there's any mutas left, and the GG Yo called from ChoJJa. By the way, Yo is like, it basically means like, well played. Like it's sort of a sign of respect to be like, hey, that was a good game. You played that well. Anyway, ClouD will take that one down. A kind of cheesy move, but he did execute it pretty well. Was able to pull those Scourge away from the safety of ChoJJa's main and gun them down. Once those 2 Scourge were gone, the dropship had a lot of free room to get into his base. And like I said, if you just don't fight the Sunks and teleport into their main, that's a lot better than just fighting the Sunks. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope that you tune in for the next one as well. Have a good one.